Today we're going to be talking about why sucking at what you do might actually be vital to your success. Weird, right? Stick around, I've got some answers for you. Alright guys, so here's the deal. I am not the type of person that likes to dwell on the past, specifically when the past was unkind to me. Alright, we've all got experiences like that where we don't really like to think back on them. But it might be something very valuable to you to think back on these experiences and how you can use that experience to grow in a sense, okay? So when I was like 12 years old, I decided that I wanted to try out for a basketball team. Now, the thing is, I love basketball, guys. I know more about the NBA than anybody should, and that's not really something that, you should admit, but I watch it all the time, okay? And so when I was a kid, I decided to try out for this team, and I was cut, all right? And every single one of my closest friends made it onto this team. And so I had to go and I talked to the coach, and I convinced him to let me be a manager for this team, to sit on the sidelines and kind of help them out in any way that I could, because I wanted to be there so bad. And it sucked sitting there watching everybody play the sport that I loved. All right. So the next year rolled around and I was like, okay, well, now's my time. I'm going to try this again, give it another shot and try out for this team. Well, guess what? Same result. I was cut from this team. Went to the coach again and he let me sit on the sidelines. Okay, I had to do that twice. And then about this time, I was 14 years old. Another year went past, and I was getting into high school, and I was like, okay, do I decide to shoot for this goal again and get on the basketball team, or do I take a different path? All right, and it was a tough decision, but I decided to take the other path, and I joined the wrestling team. And this was something that I needed a lot of help at. All right, but I worked hard, and as time went on, over the next 4 years, all through high school, I finished every season with a winning record and actually got 4th place at the state tournament. So a tournament that had 16 of the best wrestlers in the state, I came out as number 4. Now, I do not tell this story to brag, because honestly, I don't think anybody should be bragging about high school. It's just a time in our lives, okay? But I tell the story because there was a valuable lesson that I learned. And that's why I said to think back on kind of these experiences that you've had and let them be a teaching experience for you, okay? This is what I learned. Is that being bad at something, in my case it was basketball, being bad at something can be the one thing that drives you to do better, either in that area or in a different area, all right? So let's think about Walt Disney. Have you ever heard of that guy before? Have you ever seen any of his movies? Walt Disney's pretty famous, okay? He worked for a newspaper company, and he was actually fired for not being creative enough and having no original ideas, okay? Guys, this was Walt Disney. Remember that. And so he, just started doing his own thing, okay? And he let that negativity drive him and push him to be better. And so a couple different situations, myself and Walt Disney, I decided to take a different path, and it ended up being amazing for me, whereas he ended up going even deeper into the path that he was on and becoming a great success, all right? And so it's easy for us to want amazing things, but we're not always going to be great at it, okay? So in your business, if you're going to start a new website, you're probably going to suck at it, okay? If you're going to go out and meet new clients and try to get them to buy from you, you're probably going to suck at it. And if you are going to, say, get up in front of a crowd of people and be a teacher, you are probably going to suck at it. And that is okay. Because like myself and like Walt Disney, obviously two very different situations, you can use the suckness, whatever you want to call it, your inability to do something well, and use it to your advantage. All right. So think of your favorite YouTuber, and you watch their content all the time. You love what they do. But if you go back to some of their very first videos, guys, those videos were terrible. Okay, they're terrible. And you can see the difference of how they were able to grow and become better because they worked at it. They did not give up, and they stuck with it, learning new skills along the way. All right. When I first started recording my first videos, in this industry, okay, of digital marketing and business, I only started recording these type of videos just like a few months ago, all right? but there was a whole lot more editing that we had to do on those videos than we do now, just because it's becoming a little more comfortable to me, all right? So the point of this is that you can take what you're not very good at and with practice eventually become an expert at what you do. And when you become an expert, people will come and they will buy what you are selling. They will buy what you have, all right? If you're familiar with the story of Thomas Edison, he's the guy that invented the light bulb, all right? He tried and failed over 2,000 times to finally find a functioning version of his invention, all right? The light bulb that we have today, okay? It's a beautiful thing. But he didn't think of it as failures. He looked at all of those, I guess, failures. He looked at all of those failures as, 2,000 ways not to make a light bulb, okay? And so he saw it as a learning experience, and that's what I invite you to do as well, okay? When I started doing my YouTube videos, I had to take each one of them probably 20 different times before I found one that was satisfactory to me. This very video that you're watching right now, right before I started, I kicked the tripod and the camera fell off, okay? Nobody's perfect, and you're going to make mistakes. But what matters is that you do not quit and that you keep working towards the success that you want, okay? So when I started recording those 20 versions of my videos, okay, like Thomas Edison, I wasn't failing 20 times. I was just finding 20 different ways how not to make a YouTube video. It's a beautiful concept, guys, okay? So if I can say anything to motivate you, it's that you are destined for greatness and that you don't know necessarily what you miss out on if you don't try in the first place, all right? So get out there, crush it, stop making excuses, and be the person that you want to be because you're not a quitter, okay? Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next video.